Good morning, South Mississippi. Currently, I'm in the residential neighborhood of Mill Road and Champlain Street, where you can see there's a lot of high standing water and debris in the road. We're here at the Gulfport Service Center for Mississippi Power. I'm here with Kayla Moran Griffith. Kayla, what are some of the preparations that you guys have in store for this storm that's rolling in currently? It's a night of philanthropy, fashion, and fun here as local models and community leaders are partnering with local boutiques to strut the latest fashion trends on the runway. Chief Kelly, as you know, there's a lot of severe weather going on right now, a lot of wind, a lot of rain. What are some tips that you can give our viewers at home to stay safe during this time? I'm here with Sean Douglas, and he has made a drawing for a first responder. So what is this drawing right here?
It's a drawing about 9/11, and there is a firefighter saying we have to go in and save them.
From San Diego, California, all the way here to South Mississippi, Ocean Aero is finally having their grand opening, bringing their unmanned systems here to our ever-thriving blue economy. The 67,000 square foot facility is now home to the world's first and only autonomous underwater and surface vehicle called the Triton. It's an unmanned system that is used for military defense, ocean research, and more.
So that dual modality, operating both on the surface and subsurface, provides many options for the end user on how to employ it.
Well, this is one of the first in the entire country to do this, and the first in the entire world. And when you have other people to come in and say, what are you doing down there, and then to see their reaction, it truly is incredible. And national security, this is incredible innovation, and we're capitalizing on that innovation right here in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Many in attendance believe South Mississippi has the potential to become the next Silicon Valley.
It's so exciting and so gratifying, and Ocean Aero has been such great partners throughout this whole process. But most importantly, we're adding great jobs right here to the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
We're seeing a resurgence of opportunities. We're seeing a large number of companies that are looking to locate here, and it's mainly because of our workforce. We showed during COVID that Mississippi was open for business, and because of that, we're seeing record capital investment, the likes of which we haven't seen really ever.
This is the first of many companies that we believe are coming to this community for the blue economy to make the most of that, the access to the water, the quality of life, the cost of living, and the trainable workforce for groups like Ocean Aero that have moved here from the West Coast.
Now, being at the forefront of Mississippi's blue economy, Ocean Aero's CEO, Kevin Decker, says they are up for the challenge.
It comes with a lot of responsibility. We have to keep a lot of people employed. We have to keep all these exports happening. We are now an international exporter from Gulfport, Mississippi. We have these boats in the Middle East. We have them in Asia, all across America. Should we have a responsibility to keep that going, and we will.
In Gulfport, I'm Spencer Pullen with WXXV News 25. The University of Southern Mississippi School of Ocean Science and Engineering is leading the way in maritime research. It's also the home of the largest concentration of oceanographers and hydrographers. Today was a chance to learn a little more about the programs USM offers.
STEM on the Sound is a partnership with Pearl River Community College and Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, and it is an opportunity to get them out in the field, hands-on experiences that are relevant to their course of study at the community college, and it serves as a bridge to our programs that we offer at USM.
Those programs include marine science, marine biology, marine science with a high emphasis in hydrography, and also ocean engineering.
On the pier, students are learning about ocean engineering and operating autonomous vessels.
It's called an Echo Boat 160. This is an unmanned surface boat. What it's capable of doing is going out and conducting hydrographic surveys. It actually does the same mission that you see the bigger vessels around here doing.
It drives itself. You can put a map in a computer and it'll map the bottom of the ocean wherever you want it to go without even touching anything.
Don't get seasick just yet, because right now we're doing some trawling and conducting water quality tests.
When we take those two parameters, they're really important to us and our coast because it tells us what fish are here and the quality of the water that those fish live in.
Students were impressed by the programs offered at USM.
Well, I've actually enjoyed it. I learned a lot more than like I didn't even know USM did all this to begin with. And doing the the water sampling and doing the trawling actually gave me a real insight of what all goes on to make all of this happen.
I never even knew like that a lot of this existed. Like, I mean, I knew there were boats out here in the water and they were doing a lot of work, but for the details of it and knowing that it's actually a career path that is available right in my own backyard is pretty amazing.
From Gulfport, I'm Spencer Pullen with WXXV, the place for...
In the early 1960s, Dr. Werner von Braun once said, "I don't know yet what method we will use to get to the moon, but I do know that we have to go through Mississippi to get there."
NASA plans to do this through its Artemis program, which will allow for deep space exploration. Stennis Space Center is the home of NASA's rocket engine testing site.
The RS-25 is one of the most incredible engines ever built. I mean, it's the Cadillac of engines.
We do rocket engine testing for the Artemis program. You may have recently heard of or seen the Artemis 1 launch. So the 4 engines on the core stage, the big orange part in the center, those are RS-25 engines.
The launch of Artemis 1 was the first of 4 that used RS-25 engines from the retired Space Shuttle program. The new RS-25 engines featured 3D printed parts that are going through a series of evaluations to be used in future missions.
So we want to make sure that all of the newly redesigned parts, including 3D printed parts, are going to work and are going to work as effectively as the previous parts.
And if all goes to plan, NASA will be making another giant leap for mankind.
We're going to be putting the first woman and first person of color on the moon, and beyond that, future Artemis missions will hopefully enable a sustained human presence on the moon.
We've had women and women of color working at NASA doing incredible work, so to have them bring in the fold and make that a priority, I think it's an incredibly historic thing to be a part of.
So what is the future of NASA space exploration?
Future Artemis missions will hopefully enable a sustained human presence on the moon, and hopefully beyond that, the SLS rocket will continue to enable us to explore deeper into space, such as go to Mars.
At Stennis Space Center, I'm Spencer Pullen for WXXV 25, the place for news. Lifted trucks, mini trucks, lowriders, and more drew in thousands of car enthusiasts from all over the country for the 21st annual Scraping the Coast car show. For some, it's the perfect opportunity to show off their custom builds.
Being at Scraping is one of the biggest shows, I feel, to where if you get recognized at Scraping, then you're really doing something. Everything with my truck is completely custom, from top to bottom. My main focus on getting my truck was everybody do Chevys, everybody do Tundras. You really don't see too many Nissans. So that was my main focus, to do something that nobody really sees anymore.
Batitude car owner Robert Arkwright says his truck was a fan favorite.
A lot of people like the old school stuff and they're thanking me for bringing it out. I'm a painter, so I painted it and put new tires and everything on it.
Car audio systems were all the rage at Scraping the Coast. Guests lined up to get a taste of some high-volume bass.
This van in the background is actually the loudest non-extreme music build in the world.
Let's see how it sounds. Martin Garcia of Street King Wheels and Tires has been coming to Scraping the Coast for the last 15 years. It's the atmosphere that keeps bringing him back.
It's definitely the culture. Like, really, when it comes down to it, the culture and the people, that they're all into the same thing. Everybody comes together just because they love cars.
In Biloxi, I'm Spencer Pullen for WXXV, the place for news.